Your brain is supposed to protect you from danger, warn you about damage, keep you alive. And then, suddenly, for some people, pain becomes something they enjoy. How does that even work? Why would a system built for survival sometimes mix up the signals? To understand this, you need to know how pain and pleasure actually function in the brain. They're processed by overlapping neural pathways, which means your brain doesn't treat them as total opposites. Instead, they're connected, sometimes in ways that feel completely backwards. When your body feels pain, the brain releases chemicals like endorphins and dopamine. Endorphins numb the pain and create a sense of relief. Dopamine is tied to reward and motivation. When both release together, they can create a surprising combination: pain followed by a rush of pleasure. It's the same reason some people love spicy food, hard workouts, or ice baths. The pain triggers a chemical payoff. But there's more going on than just brain chemistry. Humans are extremely sensitive to context. The way you interpret a sensation changes how you feel about it. If pain comes with danger, your brain panics. If pain comes in a safe, controlled environment, the brain may treat it differently. It can shift from threatening to intense, stimulating, or even exciting. This is called reappraisal, where the brain changes the meaning of a sensation. And humans do this constantly. Roller coasters feel scary but fun. Horror movies feel dangerous but safe. Pain can fall into that same mental category for some people. Then there's the psychology of control. When a person chooses to experience something painful, the brain reacts differently than when pain is forced. Choosing it creates a sense of power, which can transform the experience. Instead of fear, the brain produces curiosity, thrill, or even satisfaction. On top of that, everyone has a different baseline for pain sensitivity. Genetics, environment, upbringing, and personality all affect how strong or weak pain feels. Some people have nervous systems that respond more intensely, others less. So the same stimulus can feel unbearable to one person and weirdly enjoyable to another. But we can't ignore the emotional layer. Pain can trigger adrenaline. It can heighten awareness. It can create a sharp break from everyday numbness or stress. For some people, that emotional intensity feels grounding or freeing. Pain becomes a way to feel something deeply, rather than a threat. Scientists also talk about contrast theory, which says your brain compares experiences. When pain stops, relief feels incredibly good. That contrast can make the entire cycle feel rewarding. It's like your brain celebrates overcoming something difficult. Of course, not everyone feels pleasure from pain. Most people really truly don't. And that's normal. Pain is still a survival alarm system first. But for a small part of the population, the brain's chemistry, psychology, and emotional wiring combine in a way that makes certain kinds of pain feel positive instead of negative. It doesn't mean they're broken, dangerous, or abnormal. It just means their nervous system interprets sensations differently. Humans love pretending everyone works the same way, but the brain is far more complicated than that. So why do some people feel pleasure from pain? Because the brain is messy. Because pain and pleasure share neural pathways. Because context and control reshape sensation. Because chemicals like endorphins and dopamine don't always behave politely. And because humans are built with just enough weird wiring to keep life interesting. In the end, it's not a glitch. It's one of many quirks that make the human experience so wildly diverse, whether your brain likes it or not.